Hey, what's up everyone? This is Nate and Dave, and we're looking at a rewind theater for the new trailer for Halo Reach.
So exciting.
This is amazing, and there's a lot of stuff in here, so keep up. So it starts off with something right off the bat, a canned animation for a melee attack, if you want to go back and show that again.
Sure.
2 Spartans and one punches the other in the gut. Now this could be an assassination, or this could just be a canned animation for a melee. We don't know right now. And then right after that, if you go forward a little bit, you'll see another animation of an elite taking a dive.
Rolling, yeah. It's like an evade, a dodge of some kind. Not really sure if it's if it's AI controlled, if it's user controlled.
Right.
We'll talk about that a little bit later because there's another one that happens, but
we know it looks really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, and it could be Covenant specific, right? It could be something that only they can do and not the Spartans.
Right. We've talked a lot about powers. That could be one of their powers, which we haven't gotten into.
Yep.
And then we move forward from here, and we start to see some of the modes. Loadouts. What are they talking about with loadouts? Okay, so pause it back and go back a little bit. You see in the bottom left corner of the screen, you see something next to your map, your radar, a little bubble there. It's a lightning bolt that's sort of depleted and charging up. Those are the charge powers that you get. These are new powers, and you'll see those throughout this trailer. That charge one we are assuming right now is the sprint function that Spartans will have. And
jetpacks.
And jetpacks, exactly.
Incredible.
And that would be one of those powers that you can load out onto your Spartan before each battle. We believe that one looks like the arrow pointing upwards if you look at the bottom left corner of your screen at some points in this trailer.
Yep, there you go, right there. You can see it in the lower left there.
And those charge, you can use them over and over again. And then we've also seen a couple others during this trailer.
I want to point out one thing that was back here. This is, they're not giving away everything with this trailer. You can see in the lower left right here that they're still blurring out something. We're not sure if they're just hiding a gamer tag or if it's actually something mode specific about a mode that we don't know about, but you know, go on the forums, read about it.
Right, so back to those powers. So you see a lock right there. We're seeing that as an overshield, and you see that guy get hit by a vehicle and survive it, which means that his overshield was on, and you can use that over and over again.
There's a lock right there.
You also see another one that looks like it's camo that you can use over and over again. It looks like a little pyramid, like the icon from Halo 1. And you can also see an oval that we think is radar removal. So here we go. That was
active camo right there.
Active camo power. Something interesting about that active camo power, as we get back towards it, you'll see once he fires, the power turns off. You'll also see once he fires, his reticule expands ever so slightly.
We've never seen this in a Halo game before. You used to be able to fire multiple sniper shots, you know, in succession, and now you'll see the reticle expand here and then go back. There it is, expanding, and then going back down.
So that's interesting because it'll keep people from successive sniper shots that have great accuracy. So there on that screen, we saw assassinations, a guy attack another guy from behind and kill him. It's really well animated, and then you see it
jumping
again.
on a Covenant's back.
Yeah, and
awesome.
You saw the oval power at the bottom corner of that screen when that happened, which we think means that they had their radars turned off, which is why they were able to sneak up on both of those guys.
There's that power we're talking about in the lower left.
Okay, and then we'll keep going forward. Something you'll see a lot are a few new weapons in this as well, which we'll get into.
Oh, there was one right there, right?
That was the Needler rifle.
Right, the Needler rifle.
Will
it be any good?
Needling rifle, I'm sorry. It says it on the screen. Some other things we saw was perhaps coming up a Covenant version of a Spartan laser. Here we see a mode, perhaps.
Invasion, yeah. What is Invasion, Dave? What do you think Invasion is?
So this is all speculation, of course, but it looks like a Covenant dropship is coming down. Will the Covenant dropship have AI on it, or will it have people that are actually controlling the Covenant as they come in?
Yep,
sort of
there's
like
the dropship.
So you could have a person-controlled invasion like a firefight mode, but with people coming in successive waves.
Right.
We don't know that yet, though.
It could be an objective-based thing, right? We were saying.
Yeah. Also, some of this multiplayer stuff shows waypoints on the map, so we could have more of a Battlefield-style objective-based gameplay.
And right up here we have. what is this weapon?
Looks like a grenade launcher.
It does look like a grenade launcher.
We saw that in previous trailers. The Spartan carrying all the heavy weaponry had what looked like a grenade launcher. If you notice in the top left corner of the screen, the number keeps changing around there, where you see the grenade number, and it's significantly larger. The number of grenades you can hold than in previous Halos.
4 and 1.
And then right in this screen right here, let's freeze it here, you'll see that's the weapon I was talking about before. It looks like the Covenant version of a homing rocket launcher.
The rocket launcher, the Spartan laser kind of come together for this what looks like a 3-burst sort of plasma
and it
fuel
locks.
cannon. And it locks on.
Locks onto the vehicle and blows it up.
Poor Warthog. Never even saw it coming.
Never had a chance.
Oh!
You see the effects.
Oh, there's another roll. Now this is what Dave was saying earlier about it. It might be a player controlled thing, it might be AI. This makes us think that it's player controlled, right?
Right. It looks like a player's doing that role right there.
Right, exactly.
But we're not positive. Okay, now we have Headhunter mode. This clearly looks like a game mode, not so difficult.
Right.
It looks like you can maybe only get points through headshots.
Every headshot basically drops skulls. I'm guessing maybe whoever collects the most skulls at the end wins. Right. But that also means your friend could headshot somebody, you could sweep in and steal their skull, so it adds some. Right. And this is all speculation, but who knows really.
And then we have active roster. Now we don't know what this means, but it could mean a few things, and here are some ideas. It could mean that you could jump into an active game. So if a game's already in play, you can jump in like some other first-person shooters. It could mean that some of the modes, like say the new version of Rumble Pit, if it exists, people could jump in persistently. These modes go on and they go on forever, and you can just jump in and play. It could also refer to something like a new zombie mode, where you change teams based on the scoring or something like that. We don't really know what active roster means, but there are some ideas. Those are some possibilities. My money on active roster is playing into what is shown in a little bit called Arena.
Well, first let's talk about Spartans versus Elites. Because what do you think this is? I mean, I really have no idea. Is it like a firefight? Is it a co-op mode where the Spartans jump in and then the Covenant's AI control?
This could be just a slight take on Slayer, where you have two different teams with two different types of powers. One thing we don't know yet, we don't know if the Elites play the same, so they might have a totally new set of powers.
Here's an example coming up of the objective-based stuff we were talking about right here. You'll see this thing marked with a C is clearly a waypoint objective of some kind.
Right.
And then when he destroys it with his rocket launcher, something comes up in the lower left as generator destroyed.
Generator destroyed. So we might have waypoint style gameplay.
Right. You were also alluding earlier about maybe like a Battlefield style like map expansion. You know, you blow up the generator and it changes the map a little bit.
Yeah, maybe
opens up new
areas. So then afterwards we get to the arena. We don't know what that is either, but like I was saying, that could be a take on Rumble Pit. And if active roster refers to dropping in and out of games, the arena could just be a persistent battlefield where you just drop in, fight continuously. You don't have to wait for a match to start. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. No, we're not saying that that's what it is. It just, these are our thoughts.
So go back a little bit. We're getting towards the end of the trailer. We saw what might be another new weapon right after the arena. Right there, not too sure. I thought a beam rifle at first.
Beam rifle, like it's like what were we calling it?
Looks like
beam. The Sentinel beam?
It looks a little bit like a Sentinel beam, like it continuously fires, but we're not too sure if that's new or not, or just a new take on an old weapon like the beam rifle. So we'll find out.
Sure, it's gonna own.
We see a lot of weapons coming back, like the battle rifle, the pistol looks like the
gravity hammer, the sword.
All that stuff is back. And then we see the final date.
Oh, May 3rd.
May 3rd, 2010. Jump into the multiplayer beta. So one last thing you saw on a lot of these screens, if you look in the lower left-hand corner, you can look for yourself if you want to go through it as well. You see a lot of callouts to the maps that they're on. Although you see some specific callouts to what looks like the same map. So you see things like Spillway, Yard, Smelter Entrance, Smelter Skylights, Powerhouse Level 2, Powerhouse Level 1. That means that there's now callouts to specific areas of maps, which is great because now you don't have to make up callouts. So you and your teammates can know where you are just specifically through your map. So that's kind of interesting as well, just one of the little details in this. Whole lot of stuff in this trailer. I hope we touched on all of it. I don't know, did we miss anything, Nate?
I think we did a pretty good job. I mean, this is all just random speculation, our thoughts on this. Let us know what you think on the forums.
So there we have it. That's as much information as we could get from this trailer. Be sure to watch the entire thing at IGN.com, and we'll see you next time.